it sounds like this might have been a little bit of a reverse where you had this idea, you then wrote the bigger version and then kind of came back to it. But how do you come up with these ideas? What does your process look like? And then ultimately, how do you know you've landed on the right spin for the story? How do you know that it's going to be satisfying? How do you know it's going to carry the audience through?
After I come up with the idea, I then go through an agonizing process. I sit there and I love the idea, love it, but just know it's almost like when you have a dream in the middle of the night and you're in this process where you're writing it down because you believe that there's going to be something insightful about what you just dreamed about. And then you read it in the morning and you go, what was that all about, right? And then, so I know that sometimes with an idea, just time will burn that idea away. And you'll just sit there and go, I don't know what I was thinking. I was very excited at that point, but now cooler heads have supervised the thinking here. And now I'm not thinking that that's very, very good at all. But let's say then that idea goes past that initial 48 hours. And then you sit there and you start to go through a process where you start to kick it around more. And then you start to sit there and add some details. And then you start to add more details. Then you start to like almost do some kind of research and sit there and see, hey, so come on, I'm not brilliant. So this has got to have been done before or something like that, right? And so you go like, or you already know that it's kind of like borrowing maybe from something. And so you're kind of like, you're still kind of like, well, how did that turn out? You know, blah, blah, blah. Then it's really, frankly, about time. So then after a certain period, then you go, I still love this. And if you still love this, then I would equate it to like, seeing somebody from across the way and being in love with them, and then you meet them and everything. And then there's that moment where a lot of times where you'll just out there and go, what was I thinking? I'm not in love with this person at all. I hate this person, right? And so there is that moment, and then that kills the idea. So that's another threshold. But if it doesn't, and you keep on reviewing it, and you keep on saying, then the big threshold is you start pitching it to people that you care about, that you care about their opinions. Sometimes it's people that are just kind of like you've pigeonholed as your average audience person. Then there's the person that is an expert as far as like really good ideas, and they're a professional and all this kind of stuff. You start to pitch it. And guess what? If it passes the test.
Thanks for checking out this clip from the Selling Your Screenplay podcast. If you'd like to hear the full interview, just go to sellingyourscreenplay.com/podcasts. Or to go directly to the episode, just use the link in the show notes. Thanks for watching.